Well, hello. Today I'd like to give you my first impressions of a pen I've never bought. But I own it. So I'll tell you the story at the end. Meanwhile, let's dive into the Aurora 98. So this is the Aurora 98. So mine is a gold finish, but you can see here Aurora 98. And that's the only branding on it. It's got a fairly plain clip. No branding on this finial. A little bit of like stripes or something. Striations, that's a good word. This is just the same material as the pen. A little black band here. So, pretty simple. Slip cap. The nib is a lot like the Aurora 88, the vintage one. It's semi-hooded, but not hooded. And this actually looks a lot like an ink window. And indeed, if I don't have it next to a black background, let's try this. You can see that, that's an ugly color, there we go. You can see that, yes indeed, an ink window. So to get inside of it, this is a little different. You just pull this off. There's like some kind of rubbery stuff on here, so I'm not sure how well that's going to last. And then a very, very different kind of converter, if indeed it is a converter. Well, what you do, let's get it in focus here before I do it. Boing! So it unscrews, and then I can pull it down, get a snort full of ink, and then snork it back up. So, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling the need to fill this up. And for an exotic Italian pen like this, what could be better than a drink of Parker Quink Washable Blue? I'm going to slightly tip it on its side because the ink level's getting low. We'll roll it down, stick it in, and roll it back up. And my first fill didn't do too badly. Well, let's do it again. Oops. Yeah, I heard some bubbling that time. Not perfect, but good enough for me. So now, what to do with this, extended. We'll just snap her back in place and snork this back on, and we're ready to write. So this is indeed the Aurora 98. The ink I'm using today is Parker Quink. Washable Blue. Now, is this a flex nib? No. I kind of like it, but I have a much flexier nib in my Aurora 88, but anyway, let's do the test. Definitely some line variation there. No pressure. Not bad. So, definitely something to this nib. Wetness and flow. There we go. Seems to keep up all right. Smear test. I'm actually predicting this isn't going to be very smeary. So I did that without thinking. Yeah. Now, if I really snork down, yeah, it's wet, but just with normal writing, it's not that wet. Reverse writing, for those of you who are into that kind of thing. I know you're out there. That is just as smooth as it is on the other side. And probably a nice extra fine. And finally, the world-famous Peer Gustafson test. Okay. The first skip was my fault. Any of the skips after that are the fault of the pen. So, clearly not the pen for fast writing. I am not 100% sure if this is an ebonite feed, although I believe it is. But yeah, if you're into fast writing, I guess don't. So that was the Aurora 98. I'll just be honest, it's not a pen I would have bought. I don't care for the metal finish. That said, comfortable to hold. It writes well. Not maybe as exciting as my Aurora 88, but I like it. That's a little piece of history. And, as far as the pocket test, the shirt doesn't have a pocket, so we'll just slip it over the shirt. Yeah, decent on the pocket test. My only real concern is the fact that the barrel is friction fit over the section. There's some kind of rubbery stuff there holding it, and I just kind of wonder, how long is that going to last? I don't know. I guess it's lasted long enough. This is I'm not 100% sure of the date, but I'm pretty sure this pen is older than me. I am, as of this recording, 48 years old, so... And I'd say it's from the early 70s, late 60s, maybe? Showing a little ignorance there. But, as I've owned it, it has grown on me, kind of like fungus. It writes well, not amazing, very well, very dependably. The filler was interesting. I've never seen anything like that before. It's very comfortable in my hand. And is it as good as the classic Aurora 88? No, but I like it. And even with the converter, which is definitely a unique converter, it has an ink window. So, kudos, Aurora. So overall, it grew on me. I like it. Now, would I go out and buy another one? Okay, maybe, but not in this finish. But I didn't buy this one either. So I'll just give you, without going into too much gory detail about who, what, when, where, and why, how. Okay, some of those. Here's how I came to own this pen. Back, I don't know, February? Anyway, early 2024, I purchased a pen and some parts for another pen. This other pen, was a restoration project, and it just needed a couple parts to replace the cracked parts, and this retailer had them, and it had a pen I was very interested in. So I bought them. And as you have guessed from my not doing pens in use the past few weeks, I sometimes get busy and things slip by me. If I don't have them written down, they're just forgotten. And, the fact that I bought a pen, woohoo, that's gone. And so I didn't really think about it until summer came and I have more free time. And I'm like, wait a second, I bought a pen. Where is it? So I started communicating with the retailer on their website, by email. Nothing. Nothing. And I finally decided, I have paid for this pen. Their website is still there advertising pens, so what the heck is going on? So I started the process of contesting it and trying to get my money back through the financial agent that, allows me to pay for it online. I'm trying to keep names out of this. and nothing for a little while. And then the retailer contacted me and said, the reason they've been incommunicado for all those months was totally out of their control. I still don't know what happened. But they said the pen is on its way and we're going to send you something extra. And this is the something extra that they sent me. So normally, when a retailer screws up but then makes it right, I will say, this is who the retailer is. And I will say that the retailer, how they handle a screw up is often more important than how they handle good service, because we're all going to screw up sometime. If you haven't screwed up, I'd love to know your secret. I've screwed up. You've screwed up. We've all screwed up. Big retailers have screwed up. It's what they do about it that's the most telling. And this retailer impressed me. They even remembered another screw up in the past that wasn't their fault, and referenced it when they provided this pen. So thank you. I would say that was a worthy replacement. Now, I don't know the nature of the issue, why they couldn't say, hey, we can't ship right now. Apparently they were unable to communicate, and I don't know why. And I don't want to get into it because I don't know. But the important thing is they made it right, and they made it right in a good way, and gave me a pen I probably never would have bought. And I'm impressed with it. So, yeah. I actually reviewed this pen before I reviewed the pen I actually bought in that purchase, if that says anything to you. So, I've been eager to film this one, and I've just kind of been putting it off, thinking, not yet, but had to do it. I just, wanted to share this pen with the world. So, yeah, if you can't, I think the Aurora 88, the vintage Aurora 88, is a better pen. But I like this Aurora 98, and I understand that they turn more toward cartridges later on, which, whatever you're into, I don't care. I don't mind cartridges as long as I can use a converter. I like to be able to put my own ink in, but I do own a few pens that are cartridge only because I can't find converters. So, anyway, yeah, good pen. Happy to have it, and happy to see that particular retailer back in business. I'm probably going to wait and see a little while to see what goes on there before I order again, but the way they've treated me since, shows me that they are a good retailer and wish to continue their business, and I don't know what the disaster was. So, yeah, I'm not in the business of bashing businesses, so I don't want to bash in this case, especially since I feel like there was a lot more going on behind the scenes than I'm aware of. And we've all had that. I have had the thing where, parents are upset about a certain kid, and yeah, you just don't know what actually happened there, and I can't tell you. So, I'm going to chalk it up to that, but I'll be cautious the next time I buy from them. Really be sure I want the pen, and really be sure I will take the time to track that. Oh, yeah, it hasn't shipped in a reasonable amount of time. Let's email them. So, anyway, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this pen that I never expected to own. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.